When she was a student, she did her PhD within 2 years. And so dynamic and versatile personality she has. She organized so many seminars and conferences in Manu Sambal Center. So I welcome you, madam. And I also would like to introduce this group. This is very dynamic group of academicians from different corner of India, and they are teaching in college and university. They are so curious and so enthusiastic to ask the questions related to topic. Very active group it is. So with these words, I would like to uh, request you, please, you start your lecture. Now floor is yours. Thank you very much.
मैम अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने को, आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
Ma'am, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself. Otherwise, we can't hear you.
मैम आपकी आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही? मैम माइक ऑन कर लीजिए।
Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, sure. Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
आप म्यूट
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Okay. Just hold on.
मैम माइक पुनः बंद हो गया है, फिर से ऑन कर लीजिए।
We can't hear you, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are not audible, ma'am.
अभी आ रही है बाबू?
Yes, now
जी
we
मैम।
can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is my screen available to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
जी मैम।
Okay. Now I'm showing you one picture. Now tell me, what is that? What do you understand by the picture? Okay.
Value education.
Value education. Okay, so next slide में जा रही हूँ.
Imparting education with value.
Yeah. That is my topic. Shall I stop and again share it again, okay? So that I will be able to show you. Okay. Now, is it available?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
जी मैम।
Okay. Now, can you see the slide? It is not turning.
Yes, ma'am.
Slide move नहीं कर रही, पता नहीं क्या हो गया इसका। एक मिनट, please किया। Now, do you see this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
do you understand by this slide? Now, convey me. Could you please? Anybody?
As a twig is bent, so the tree will grow.
Yeah. What do you understand by this?
Madam, it means that as much we try to overcome the difficulties and try to bend ourselves in our life, we will grow.
Okay. So, but as a teacher, what is your responsibility? What does this quote stands for teachers?
Being flexible in teaching.
Okay. Anyone wants to add something to it? Yes.
It also has to do something with the humility.
Okay. Fine. For example. Can you give me some example? Now, what does it say? As a twig is bent, so the tree will grow. Okay? But today's topic, if we look into take into consideration regarding values, so as a child is like a mold. It's a mold. Huh? And you have to shape him. You can shape him in any way. It is the responsibility of a teacher and parents together to mold the child in a proper way. Understand? So values give this mold a good shape. It can give it a good shape. है ना? कहते एक मिट्टी के ढेले से आप चिलम भी बना सकते हैं. चिलम की हुक्का में जो यूज होती है, जिसमें हम आग भरते हैं, जिसको हम जलाते हैं, और उसी मिट्टी से हम सुराही भी बना सकते हैं, जो कि ठंडी रहती है खुद भी और दूसरों को भी ठंडा पानी देती है. Isn't it?
जी मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
किस तरह
Yes, ma'am.
ट्री ग्रो कर रहे हैं, किस तरह का बच्चा तैयार कर रहे हैं, किस तरह के स्टूडेंट को तैयार कर रहे हैं. ठीक है ना? तो यही वो बात है कि जैसा आप पेड़ बोएंगे, जैसा बीज बोएंगे, या जिस तरह से आप पेड़ को शेप देंगे, वो वैसा ही ग्रो कर सकते. इसी तरह बच्चे के अंदर भी होता है कि जैसा आप बच्चे को तैयार करेंगे, वो वैसा ही शेप लेते चला जाएगा. ठीक है ना? Now, so we move on to our topic, that is what is values? What is value? If it say, now what do you understand by value? First, let me start that. What do you understand by value? What is value? Yes. Anybody?
मैडम क्वेश्चन जरा फिर से बोलिएगा.
What do you mean by what do you understand by value? Value को आप कैसे लेते हैं?
मैम
हमारे जीने के लिए जो जरूरी है और अच्छी तरह से जीने के लिए और दूसरों की मदद हो सके, इसको वैल्यू कहते हैं.
और कुछ?
मैडम मैं बताऊं?
जी 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 बिल्कुल.
मूल्य जो है समाज द्वारा मान्यता प्राप्त इच्छाएं और लक्ष्य है, जिसे एक व्यक्ति अंतरीकरण और समाजीकरण के माध्यम से ग्रहण करता है.
बड़ी बढ़िया डेफिनेशन बताई आपने. वो लंबी चौड़ी डेफिनेशन है, माशाल्लाह से बहुत अच्छा है. बिल्कुल सही बताया उन्होंने. लेकिन ये इंसान की भी होती है, इंडिविजुअल वैल्यूज भी होती है और सोशल वैल्यूज भी होती है. तो उन्होंने दोनों की डेफिनेशन बता दी यहाँ पे. अगर हम बाय डेफिनेशन देखें तो क्या होता है, क्या समझ में आता है हमें? एनी ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी, ओके, थॉट और आइडिया, फीलिंग, सेंटिमेंट और इमोशन, जो कि इंसान से रिलेटेड है, ये सारे पर्सनली ह्यूमन से रिलेटेड हैं, और वो उसको क्या मदद कर रहे हैं? दे आर प्रमोटिंग फॉर सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. ठीक है, ये हमारी जनरल डेफिनेशन है. अभी हम सोशियोलॉजी में नहीं आए हैं, अभी हम आगे देखेंगे सोशियोलॉजिकल डेफिनेशंस भी. पहले हम इंडिविजुअल की देख रहे हैं कि इंडिविजुअल वैल्यू, इंडिविजुअल के लिए वैल्यू क्या है. व्हाट डज वैल्यू मीन्स टू एन इंडिविजुअल? So it is an activity. It can be a thought or idea, feeling, sentiment or emotion. So all things together make a value. Okay. So value जो है वो इंसान को एक shape देती है, उसके feelings को determine करती है, उसके sentiments को determine करती है, and it also determines its ideas and emotions, how he feel for others. वो आपकी value होगी. How you look others is your value. How you take others is your value. What ideas do you formulate in your mind that is your value? Isn't it?
Ma'am, one thing I want to share that this value is it is approved by our own culture and society.
वो sociological values, social values की बात कर रही हैं.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll move to that also. So next slide is that only. Generally, value has taken to mean moral ideas, general conceptions and orientations towards the world, or sometimes simply interest, attitudes, preferences, needs, and sentiments in general. So sometimes we take values generally just as the orientations. We orient ourselves through values. We orient our world through values. Okay. So it determines our interest. What interest do we have? We have interest for smoking, or we have interest for good deeds. So it depends. And what attitudes do we have? We have positive attitudes towards things, or we have negative attitudes towards things. Okay. What preferences do we have? We prefer to have bad company, or we prefer to have a good company. That depends on our values. Okay. Needs, what do we need? What are our needs? We need luxury, we need all sorts of luxurious things. So is that our needs, or no, we need a simple life? That too determines our values. Okay. Sentiments, what sentiments do we have? Are we very emotional, or we become very emotional towards others' feelings or others' tragedies? What temper do we have? Are we short-tempered? Are we tolerant to others? Okay, so many things contribute to value. But sociologists, now we come to the sociological part of values. What sociologists use the term precisely in the sense of society. Okay, it's a collective conception. Collective conception in the sense that we take values to in context of the society we are living in culture we are living. Okay, these values guide what is important, worthwhile, and worth striving for within a society. So with what values we can survive in the society, with what values we should accommodate in the society with others. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Now we move on to the definitions. Harlomas says that a value is a belief that something is good and desirable. When we take things that it is good, it is bad. We can consider the difference between the good and the bad. That is our value. Okay, we take, for example, smoking is bad here. If we publicly smoke, it is bad in here in India. But it is a common thing for if ladies smoke in public place, it is very bad in India. But in America, it is desirable. So some values are desirable here, but in other culture or in other society, it may be undesirable. Okay, the pioneer sociologist Durkheim emphasized the importance of values as he controlled disruptive individual passions. He also stressed that value enables individuals to feel that they are part of something bigger than themselves. Now, when social values come in context, so our context, the individual context, is removed. So we have to think in the if we are living in a society and we are looking about the social values, we forget about our personal values. Okay, so our thinking shall go to the higher level, and we go for the social values first. Okay. Schultz also makes the same point and calls the central value system as he essentially creating the traditionalism and order. Okay, in order to remain in a society and be a part of a society, we have to follow the norms or values of that particular society. Okay, so it is very important. Next, if we move on to the if we take into consideration the Indian context, R.K. Mukherjee is a pioneer Indian sociologist who initiated the study of social values, and according to him, values are the socially approved desires. So what does it mean?
Ma'am, slides are not changing.
Huh? Slides
Slides
are not changing, but I am changing the slides. Is it
Your
not?
screen is freeze, ma'am.
Madam, slides are
Okay,
not
okay.
changing.
Okay. I'll share it again. Is it now moving?
No,
No?
ma'am, it's not.
No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll share it again. Sorry, just because of the technology we are handicapped. Wait. Now is it available? ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Slide is
Yes, available, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now we were here. Now we were here. Mukherjee. Now is it visible to you? R.K. Mukherjee.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, visible, ma'am.
Whenever it's stuck up, please let me know. Okay. So what does he say? Ki values are socially approved desires and goals that are internalized through the process of conditioning. What does it mean? Ki values are internalized. Internalized means we learn values when we live in a society, and these attributes or values are socially approved desired goals. Desires and goals. We can't say that whatever we like we can do in a society. No, because that is not approved by the society. You can't fight anybody. You have to tell the reason why you are fighting him. Why are you beating him? So some things are desired by the society and approved by the society. Only those values we can acquire or we can attain. And these values are internalized through the process of conditioning. Again and again, when we come across different values, we inherit them or we inculcate them inside us. Okay? So our socialization and become subjective preferences, standards and aspirations. और by those values ही हमारी जो है वो preferences बन जाते हैं, हमारे वो standards बन जाते हैं, वो हमारे aspirations बन जाते हैं, क्योंकि society ने approve किए. Okay, understood? A value is a shared idea about how something is ranked in terms of desirability, goodness. Okay, तो values जो है वो हमें rank करते हैं कि which value is more important and which is more desirable and which is more worth and which is more of more goodness. Okay, so values can be ranked and values can be attained or acquired through the process of conditioning and socialization. Okay, understood? Now, John Dewey, what does John Dewey say? Value means primarily to prize, to esteem, to appraise and estimate. Okay, you have to give some ranking to a particular attribute or to a particular value so that you can compare the two. Values, according to Dewey, he says that values are judgmental. Means when we try to compare the values, this is far better than this. है ना? एक होता है ना थोड़ा झूठ बोलना, ज्यादा झूठ बोलना और हमेशा झूठ बोलना. कौन सा वाला खराब? हमेशा
मैडम तीनों खराब है.
तीनों खराब है.
जी मैडम, झूठ बोलना ही खराब है.
देखिए तीनों खराब नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आपको किसी की जान बचानी है
नहीं, थोड़ा झूठ बोलना अच्छा है
तो आप ठीक है ना, वो झूठ ठीक रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा आपकी नजर में? किसी की जान बच रही है, किसी की लड़ाई खत्म हो रही है उस झूठ से, तो वहां पे चलेगा ना थोड़ा सा झूठ, वो तो ठीक है ना झूठ.
जी
हाँ, लेकिन
ठीक रहेगा मैम.
ठीक रहेगा थोड़ा सा,
क्योंकि पूरा झूठ बोलने में क्लियरिटी रहेगी कि हमेशा पूरा झूठ बोलता है.
छोटा होता है
लेकिन क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं रहेगी. हमेशा झूठ बोलने पे क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं रहेगी मैम.
बनी रहेगी, ये तो सही है, इसका मतलब भी नहीं कह सकते. Okay, fine. that too is good. Next we move on to this. Now, John Dewey के हिसाब से क्या acts of pricing यानी कि वो क्या है, हम emphasis किस पे दिया उन्होंने? रैशनल नेचर पे, यानी कि किस तब हम रैशनल होते हैं कि हम उनको एस्टिमेट करते हैं, है ना, हम अप्रेज करते हैं, हम उनको एस्टीमिंग करते हैं कि ये बड़ा है, ये छोटा है, ये अच्छा है, ये बुरा है ना। होल्डिंग समथिंग डियर बट ऑल्सो मेकिंग कंपैरेटिव जजमेंट्स, है ना। ये हमें अच्छा लग रहा है, झूठ बोलना आसान है और झूठ बोलने से फायदा भी हो जाता है, लेकिन आगे जाके हम जब जजमेंट करेंगे, यानी कि जब हम उसमें कंपेयर करेंगे उसको गुड से, तो अच्छा नहीं है। हमें सोसाइटी के टर्म में देखेंगे तो किसी दूसरे के लिए वो खराब हो जाए, है ना। अगर हम झूठ बोल के अपना फायदा कर रहे हैं तो दूसरे का तो नुकसान कर रहे हैं ना कहीं ना कहीं। सो दैट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस। ओके, नाउ एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग एंड लर्निंग बाय डूइंग, यानी कि इन्होंने कहा कि वैल्यूज जो हैं वी गेन बाय एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग, है ना। ये अच्छा है, ये मुझे अच्छा नहीं हुआ, मैंने झूठ बोला तो मुझे ये नुकसान हुआ, दैट इज एक्सपेरिमेंट आई डिड एंड आई learned from. Okay, and when we learn by doing, when we use values again and again, we become perfect in those values and we attain those values. Okay, now continuous process of reconstructing experiences, यानी कि it is a continuous process. ये आपके birth से, ये नहीं है कि सारे values आपके birth time पे आ जाएंगे, ये सारे values आप अपने चाइल्डहुड एज में ले लेंगे, या सारे वैल्यूज आप अपनी एडल्टहुड में ले लेंगे, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। इट इज अ कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस एंड इट कंटिन्यूज फ्रॉम birth to death. Okay, engaging with your environment and reflecting on their actions. वैल्यूज कैसे आती हैं? जब हम अपने एनवायरनमेंट से एंगेज करेंगे तभी हम सीखेंगे कि कौन सी वैल्यूज हमारी सोसाइटी में है, कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट है, कौन सी नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है। एंड reflecting on their actions and importance of schools and communities, and he emphasized also that schools and communities play a very important role, and school as a community and community itself plays an important role in developing values in the students. Okay, so next slide says कि values are taught rather than taught, है ना। आपको समझ में आ रहा है ये कोट? यानी कि क्या है कि जो बच्चे हैं वो स्मॉल एज में आपने देखा होगा ना, अपने टीचर्स को मॉडल आउट करते हैं, यानी कि अपने टीचर्स को वो करते हैं कि मिमिक करते हैं कि हमारे टीचर ऐसे चलते हैं, ऐसे खाते हैं, ऐसे पीते हैं, ऐसे बोलते हैं। तो वो क्या कर रहे हैं? आपसे वैल्यूज ले रहे हैं, कॉट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना, समझ में आ रहा है ना। तो वैल्यूज आर कॉट रादर देन टॉट। ओके, द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड गोज ऑन। ओके, समझ में आ रहा है? दिख रहा है आपको? स्लाइड मूव हो रही है?
जी मैम।
स्लाइड मूव।
जी मैम। Kindly put this presentation on full screen mode because the font size is very small, and on full screen mode it might be seen as
अभी दिख रहा है? Okay.
Yes.
Now we have understood values. Now we move on to the what are values, value education. Okay. So what do you understand by value education? Anybody?
kindly
Teaching values to a child or anybody, how to sustain in the society and be a good citizen and be fruitful to others.
Very good, very good. So when we inculcate values through education, or we impart value education to the students, that is value education. Values means these are the foundational values. Whatever the foundational values, we have to inculcate through education. Okay. Next slides move on. Now, teaching and establishing moral, ethical, and foundational values in kids is also known as value education. So, it is a process of instilling moral, ethical, and social values in individuals to promote responsible behavior and positive character. So, how do we instill these values? By telling the child, no, this is bad. This is you are not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to use bad words, है ना? मेरी स्लाइड मूव हो गई ना?
नो मैम।
अरे
नहीं हो रही है।
ये एक्चुअली जब हम इसमें जाते हैं ना, इस मोड में जाते हैं, तो वो नहीं मूव होती। अभी दिख रही है आपको?
जी मैडम।
यस मैम।
हम इसी हालत में रहेंगे। ठीक है, वो परेशानी हो रही है।
मैम स्लाइड मोड में मूव हो जाती है।
हाँ उसमें नहीं मूव हो रही है, पता नहीं क्या हो गया, अल्लाह जाने। चले खैर, तो यहाँ पे क्या कह रहे हैं वो, वैल्यू एजुकेशन इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ इंस्टिलिंग मॉरल। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं बताऊं आपको, एक टीचर थी, आपने शायद स्टोरी सुनी भी होगी, वो एक क्लासरूम में घड़ी चोरी हो गई है ना। तो जब घड़ी चोरी हो गई तो सब बच्चे जिसकी घड़ी थी, बहुत महंगी घड़ी थी, कोई वो कहने लगा मैम मेरी घड़ी चोरी हो गई है। तो मैम ने कहा अच्छा तो किसने ली है, कोई बोलने को तैयार नहीं। तो मैडम ने क्या करा, सबको मुंह पीछे करके सबको दीवार के सहारे खड़ा कर दिया, ठीक है। सबको कहा कि आंखें बंद कर लो, आंखें बंद कर लो और मैं सबकी पॉकेट्स चेक कर दूं। तो उन्होंने करा, ठीक है, एक पॉकेट में से घड़ी निकल आई और उन्होंने चुपचाप उस बच्चे को दे दी जिसकी वो घड़ी थी, और सबको कहा कि बैठ जाओ, और किसी को कुछ नहीं बताया, ठीक है। तो वक्त गुजर गया, सब भूल गए क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ। बहुत साल बाद वो टीचर जो थी, वो बच्चा जो था, जो चोर था, वो टीचर को मिला, बड़ा हो गया था। तो उनको बहुत वो कर लगा, उनके पैर पड़ गया कि आपकी वजह से मैं बच गया और मेरी इंसल्ट नहीं हुई, और मैं जो हूँ अपने आप को माफ नहीं कर पा रहा था, लेकिन आपने ऐसा वो कर दिया कि मतलब आपने ये नहीं जाहिर करा, किसी को नहीं बताया कि मैं चोर था। तो उन्होंने कहा कौन सा चोर, किस चीज की बात कर, वो भूल गई थी टीचर। तो कहने लगे वो उस दिन की बात है जब आप मेरे टीचर थे, आपने वो घड़ी का केस हुआ था और आपने मेरे पॉकेट से घड़ी निकाली थी। कहने लगे अच्छा तुम थे वो। कहने लगे पता है उस दिन मैंने भी अपनी आंखों पे पट्टी बांधी थी। तो टीचर को भी नहीं पता था कि किस बच्चे के पॉकेट से निकली है। तो इस तरह के वैल्यूज अगर हम इनकलकेट करें, कि हम बच्चों को सिखाएं कि ये गलत है, ये सही नहीं है, और इस तरह से हम दूसरे की इज्जत भी करें कि भाई उसको ह्यूमिलिएशन फील ना हो, या दूसरे को रिस्पॉन्सिबल वो करें कि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज क्या है आपकी टुवर्ड्स योर नेचर, टुवर्ड्स द एनवायरनमेंट, टुवर्ड्स योर सोसाइटी, टुवर्ड्स योरसेल्फ। ओके, so value education is a process of instilling such values. Okay, now this concept is about the educational process that implants moral standards to create more civil and democratic society. Why do we implant values? So as to make our societies more democratic and more civil. Okay, value education therefore promotes tolerance, यानी कि हमारे अंदर एक टॉलरेंस की आती है कि टीचर ने टॉलरेट करा, बच्चों ने टॉलरेट करा कि वो चोरी करी थी वो, लेकिन टॉलरेंस आ गया है ना, सब भूल गए उस बच्चे। Understanding above and beyond our political, cultural and religious differences, है ना, we have to come beyond all these things, all these small big things. Okay, political, cultural, religious, अभी जो माहौल चल रहा है उसको हमें भुला देना है, हमने मोहब्बतें बांटनी। Putting special emphasis on fortification of human rights, यानी कि हमारे human rights बचे रहें, हमारे क्या rights है क्या नहीं है, that we have to understand that we have to secure our human rights. Okay, protection of ethnic minorities and most vulnerable groups जो भी हमारे साथ रह रहे हैं, जो अच्छे conditions में नहीं है, जो reservations के वो हैं, हक में हैं, उनको हमने protect करना है. Conservation of the environment also. So बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, all these things together frame out the value education. Okay, so the concept of value education, imparting ethical and moral principles, it has been a long back that we have this concept of value education, and it involves imparting ethical and moral principles to individuals as it has its roots in ancient philosophy and religious traditions. So values are not new; they are from ages back. Okay? Philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle emphasized the importance of moral education and the development of values, virtues for a good life. It has been a continuous thread in education systems and worldwide, with its specific forms evolving over time. Now, in India, value education has been integral to the educational system since Vedic period, with emphasis on character formation and religious teachings. Okay, so value education has been right from the beginning when the this world started, and it has been it will remain till the end of this world. So value education should be included in our day-to-day life also. Okay, now what is the need for value education? Why do we need value education? Anybody can help me out? What is the need of value education? Can anybody?
Ma'am, actually, we need value education to balance the society because we want to run a civic society. That's why we need a value education. We need value education.
Very good. So, for a balanced society, for a balanced individual,
और sustainable society.
Develop a balanced individual, then only we can create a balanced society. Okay? Isn't it? So, let us move. Values are needed to equip, means equip who? The individual. Individuals with a moral and moral compass needed to navigate complex situations and contribute positively to the community, so that an individual will be ready to contribute to the society, so that he can easily be a part of that society. Okay. Next, to encourage means moral decision making, personal development, and social responsibilities, all of which are essential for creating well-rounded people and a peaceful community, is very important to encourage such actions. Okay, you have to take a right decision, otherwise it may be dangerous for other people also. You know? If somebody use atomic bomb, you know, it is not a good decision. So your decision making should be proper, should be in the favor of the society, should be moral. Okay. Personal development and social responsibilities, when one should be encouraged to take personal development and social responsibilities should be shared by everyone, है ना? अगर हम सब एक बार सब सोचने लगे कि हमारी क्या जिम्मेदारियां हैं सोसाइटी के तई, तो every society will be well and good. सब ठीक हो जाएगा ना, अगर हम अपनी जिम्मेदारियां सोचने लगे, बस दूसरे की जिम्मेदारी के बारे में नहीं सोचना है ना? हम एक उंगली दूसरे की तरफ करते हैं तो तीन उंगलियां हमारी तरफ होती हैं, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, है ना? So we should take the responsibility first on our own, and then we shall ask others. All of which are essential to creating well-rounded people and peaceful community. Okay. To make ethical decisions, value education provides a framework for making sound ethical choices, promoting honesty, integrity, and fairness in all aspects of life. You know? So ethical decisions are very important. One should know how he can be honest every time, how integrity can be maintained, how he should maintain the fairness in all aspects of life. है ना? आप for example आप teachers हैं सारे, अगर आप मार्क्स देने में जरा सा गड़बड़ कर देते हैं तो बाद में आपको थोड़ा सा एहसास होता है ना कि नहीं, मैंने उसको ज्यादा दे दिए, इसको कम दे दिए, है ना? आप मैटर पढ़ के देते हैं, नो डाउट, है ना? लेकिन हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कभी कभी हम लोग हेलो इफेक्ट में चले जाते हैं, है ना? ये बच्चा अच्छा करता है, अच्छा पढ़ता है, इसका इंप्रेशन अच्छा होता है, कुछ टीचर्स क्या करते हैं, उनके फेस देख करके दे देते हैं मार्क्स, तो दैट इज वेरी अनफेयर. One should be fairness in all aspects. Next, to facilitate individuals to understand the consequences of their actions and encourages them to consider the impact of themselves on themselves and others. Now, what the consequences of their actions will be there on themselves and on others, है ना? अगर वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं तो उनका किस पे असर होगा, उस पे क्या असर हो रहा है ना? अगर आपने एक स्लैप किया किसी को, आपने किसी को थप्पड़ मारा, ओके, सो आपको नहीं लगता कि दुख आपको भी होता है थोड़ा सा, isn't it? होता है ना? आप सोचते रहोगे उसके बारे में, क्यों मारा मैंने, क्यों उसके ऐसा करा मैंने, है ना? क्यों मैं बचा भी तो सकता था, मतलब रोक भी तो सकता था अपने आप को, है ना? तो ये जो चीजें हैं थोड़ी थोड़ी सी वो हो जाती है कि हम जो है अपने एक्शंस पे जब तक सोचते हैं तब तक बहुत लेट हो जाता है. सो वी शुड एक्ट प्रॉपर्ली. ओके. To progress personally means fostering traits like empathy, respect, and responsibility. Value education is crucial for personal development. It nurtures critical thinking, self-awareness, and emotional regulation skills, which results in a more meaningful and satisfying existence. Yani ki, empathy and respect and responsibility should be progressed. It helps persons to progress personally. And it helps in creating self-awareness and emotional regulations, and it's a meaningful and satisfying existence. And one should know what is his personality and how he is going to help out others through his personality. Okay? To foster social accountability means one should be a good citizen and one should be involved as an active citizen, and one should foster the sense of social duty. Okay, what are my duties and as a citizen, and what should I do in a society and what should I not do? It fosters social cohesion, and more peaceful community is being developed if you are accountable. And it encourages tolerance, understanding, and respect for a variety. Okay. Next, value education also fosters collaboration, empathy, and respect for.
The slide is not showing.
Pardon?
The slide is not showing.
Slide is not moving. No, I'm not moving it. I'm just reading out the points so you can understand. Social accountability क्या है? Now social problems. Now social accountability पे मैं discuss कर रही हूँ. Empathy यानी कि respect for diversity by motivating people to involve in accountable. If every person becomes accountable कि मैं इस society का member हूँ and I have to be productive for this society and I have to be protective towards this society, then the society will progress. Don't you think so? हम जो हैं सारे एक society के part हैं and we have some responsibilities towards the society, isn't it? So it is a duty. It is a duty of each and every member of the society to be accountable to the society. Okay? Next, to resolve social problems, value education can help to solve urgent social problems like inequality, corruption, environmental damages, and it can enable people to become change agents by encouraging moral conduct and sense of accountability. When people understand how can they change or how can they be helpful in solving out the problems of the society, that makes a difference, isn't it? Now, to create holistically means we need values to develop or to create people holistically in the form of their emotional intelligence, their capacity to make moral choices, and in all facets of life they have to be created well, okay, so that they can contribute to the maximum to the society. Okay. Next, to build future generations means value contributes to the development of more moral responsibility of the individuals and caring future generations by fostering values in young people in order to improve the world for next generations. So not for this generation only, you have to prepare the individuals for upcoming generations. Okay, अगर हम पानी को एहतियात से नहीं खर्च करेंगे, है ना, आपने देखा होगा अभी भी कहीं कहीं वाटर क्राइसिस हो गया है ना, जो लाइन लगा के बेचारे खड़े रहते हैं सुबह से, हमें उनके बारे में सोचना चाहिए, हमें आने वाली जो जनरेशन है उनके बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि हमें पानी को अभी बचाएंगे तो आगे तक काम आएगा ये पानी, है ना, आगे की जनरेशन को प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बट वी आर जस्ट वेस्टिंग अवर वाटर रिसोर्सेज, है ना. So we have to be thinking about the future society. Now, to resolve ethical and social issues, education of moral value education aids in addressing these problems. It promotes. Please, अपना mute कर लीजिए थोड़ा सा, जो इनका unmute है तो it is creating a little bit of disturbance. It promotes social fairness and moral responsibility by getting people to consider their activity and how. Now, ये हमें है कि हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाती है, मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाती है, और ये वैल्यूज हमें बताती है कि हमें किसी का अनम्यूट है शायद, प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए आप लोग ताकि आपको आसानी से सुनाई दे. So values also contribute qualities that can heal societal divisions and promote peaceful connections among communities, empathy, tolerance, and respect. We learn good ethical values from values, then that will help us to sort out the social issues. Okay. To put together people ready for real world challenges, that means in both personal and professional context, virtues including honesty, accountability, are crucial for handling challenging circumstances. For example, a person who has a strong sense of duty is more likely to make constructive contribution.
सुषमा जी माइक बंद कर
Understand individuals to listen back. अरे बाप रे, कहीं शायद ये बाहर मूव कर रहे हैं तो वहाँ ट्रैफिक का शोर आ रहा है. Anyhow, try to concentrate. To put together people ready for real world challenges means हमने जो लोग हैं उनको तैयार करना है, उनके अंदर ऐसे स्किल्स डेवलप करने हैं, ऐसे हर सर्कमस्टेंस को से लड़ने के लिए हमने उनके अंदर वो सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स डालने हैं, उनके अंदर वो वैल्यूज डालनी है ताकि वो अपने चैलेंजेस को फेस कर सकें, अपने सर्कमस्टेंसेस को फेस कर सकें. और वो कब कर सकते हैं? जब वो ऑनेस्ट होंगे, इंटीग्रल होंगे, अकाउंटेबल होंगे और एम्पैथेटिक होंगे. अच्छा, एम्पैथी और सिंपैथी में क्या फर्क होता है?
Empathy होता है understanding others, means you have to take others value in yourself, that's called empathy. और sympathy होता है कि किसी पे help करना है, किसी को care करना है. So empathy is a condition that you take other problems, other things to yourself in your situation, and that's called empathy.
अच्छा, ओके, फाइन, बिल्कुल. तो वही है कि जब हम दूसरों के शूज में अपने आप को अपना पैर डालेंगे, then only we can understand what the problem is with others, and हम वहां पे खड़े होकर सोचेंगे कि उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम है ना, उनको कैसा लगेगा अगर हम ऐसा करें, है ना. वो हम उनकी जगह पे रहेंगे तो हमें कैसा फील होगा. अगर हम पहले हर इंसान ऐसे ही सोचने लगे तो दुनिया में खराब थोड़े का और सब अच्छा रहेगा, है ना. नेक्स्ट है तो enhance emotional and mental health. Stress, anxiety, depression have increased as a result of demands of modern life. जैसे जैसे हमारी डिमांड्स बढ़ती जा रही है, हमारे लालच बढ़ता जा रहा है, हमारे मटेरियलिज्म बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो हमारी जो डिजायर्स हैं वो ज्यादा होते हैं. वो उसकी वजह से हमें स्ट्रेस आ रहा है, इमोशनल इम्बैलेंसेस आ रहे हैं, मेंटल हेल्थ के इश्यूज आ रहे हैं. So it is creating a lot of problem for us. So it is very important that we should have our emotional control, and we should control our desires and our disturbance हो रहा है. Students gain emotional control, a feeling of purpose, and the ability to remain optimistic even in the face of challenges. कैसे भी circumstances हो, कैसे भी मुश्किल हालात हो, if we are able to hold ourselves, and our society as a whole, then only we can survive in any situation, in any circumstances. Okay, the values foster good relationships and well-being, as by assisting people in understanding the controlling their own emotions as well as empathizing with others. That means when we foster good relations with others, then only a society grow up and society will grow. So
It means sir, mute करिए उन्हें please.
Anyhow, next, develop a robust moral sense. मेरी slides move कर रही है ना?
Yes ma'am, कर रही है.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
So said to develop a robust moral sense means value education acts as a roadmap. Okay, it acts as a roadmap for people to assist making moral choices that are advantageous to both the community and as a large and themselves. So values give you a guideline. Okay, how to react, how to act. Okay, it promotes moral clarity in the complex environment by motivating people to act with honesty, integrity, and fairness. So it keeps you in hold. वो देखा है ना, एक जो घोड़ा चलता है तो उसकी आपके पास वो लगा देते हो दोनों साइड में, है ना, एक आई पैड जैसा होता है, वो दोनों तरफ से लगा रहता है, उसको सिर्फ सीधा सीधा दिखता है ना. तो वैल्यूज आपके वही काम करती है कि आपको सही डायरेक्शन दिखा देते हैं, बस सीधा सीधा ऐसे चलना है, ना इधर जाना है ना उधर जाना है ना. तो ये जो है आपको एक सेंस आपके अंदर डेवलप to build a moral and ethical character. It entails in educating people about right and wrong, promoting a sense of fairness, and motivating them to make choices that are consistent with morally righteous principles. यानी कि वो जो आपके जो principles हैं वो सही है या नहीं है, that you are supposed to decide only when you have to value it. Okay, so values make you decide. बहुत से लोगों को लगता है नहीं रिश्वत तो कोई बात नहीं है ना, ये तो हमारा काम है, हम इनका काम कर रहे हैं, हम ये हमारा काम कर रहे हैं, रिश्वत दे रहे हैं, है ना। तो अगर आप ऐसे सोच बना लेंगे तो फिर तो हमारी सोसाइटी का कुछ नहीं है। तो अगर हम सोचे नहीं ये हमारा, क्योंकि हमें अपने काम के पैसे मिलते हैं, हमारी सैलरी आती है, तो हमारा ये हक बनता है कि हम इनका काम करके, है ना। ये नहीं कि हम इनका काम कर रहे हैं तो हमें ये पैसे दे रहे हैं और रिश्वत दे रहे हैं, जो भी दे रहे हैं, है ना, इस तरह से नहीं। So, ये ethical character. Okay. Next, to develop critical thinking and decision-making abilities. People who have a value education are better able to assess circumstances, recognize moral conundrums, and make morally correct decisions. Okay. So, जिन्होंने value education हासिल किया होता है, जिनके अंदर values developed होते हैं, वो अच्छे decisions लेते हैं और हर circumstance को handle करने के लिए तैयार होते हैं, और they are able to mold the situations according to their correct values. Okay? So it is very important. To build a sense of national identity and cultural heritage, value education may help to appreciate other people's culture and customs while simultaneously promoting an awareness and appreciation of their own culture, history, and national identity. So through value education, we love to learn about others' culture. We enjoy in the presence of others' culture, है ना। तो ये वैल्यू है वेरिफिकेशन, ये हमें दूसरों के कल्चर के बारे में बताता है और दूसरों के कल्चर को एंजॉय करने का या उसको अप्रिशिएट करने का मौका। Okay, to encourage sustainability and environmental awareness, value education is to motivate people to support sustainable activities and conscious in their preference of the environment. For example, आप गांधी जयंती के टाइम पे आप स्वच्छता अभियान चलाते हैं, 1 हफ्ते का अभियान चलता है, उसमें सफाइयां होती हैं। ये पूरे साल क्यों नहीं चलता है, ये खाली गांधी जयंती पे क्यों चलता है ना। अगर हमारे वैल्यूज ऐसे हैं कि हम हर टाइम सफाई रखें, हम हर टाइम उसको अपना नीट एंड क्लीन रखें, अपने एनवायरनमेंट को, तो व्हाई कांट वी डू इट एवरी डे ऑफ द ईयर, व्हाई ओनली ऑन 2 October only? So it is the sense of environmental awareness. We should keep our environment clean and neat. To gain life skills for both professional and personal success, it gives people tool they need to succeed in both areas, including communication, problem solving, and conflict resolution. When you are when you internally strong in values, you can handle any situation. Any personal, professional and personal life you can handle with faith. Okay, you can be successful only when you have values. Okay? Next, the value education, establishing and dedication, lifelong learning. That means value education helps to inspire people to promote a dedication to one's own personal development. है ना? Values keep us learning and developing throughout our lives and adjusting to new situations and make contributions to the world that is continuous changing. This entails, encouraging people to take on new tasks and as the world is changing, and so one should keep on learning time to time. Okay, learning is a lifelong process, and value education teaches us that learning is very important, है ना। टीचर्स को तो हमेशा ही पढ़ते रहना चाहिए, लर्न करते रहना चाहिए, लेकिन हर एक के लिए। Now, value education is not only the duty of the schools; it is the duty of all of us. For instance, the best setting for teaching value include home, religious places, and colleges, works, and sports. Everywhere, even on the road, if you're moving on the road and you learn something from a child or from a stranger, that too add a value to your personality. Okay, Even so, for the number of years now, countries like Australia and UK have actually been contemplating including value education as a part of compulsory education. So now it has become very important that all children should be aware of values, and they should know what how to. Teachers should know how to inculcate values. Now we move on to the importance of value education. Now, students' conduct towards instructors and fellow pupils become more responsible. Students become more responsible towards their teachers, towards their elders, towards their peers. So it is very important that value education should be there in the curriculum, so that students' conduct should be modified. Pupils become more disciplined. That means people learn how to be on time, be punctual in the classroom, complete their homework, and how to interact in the class, or how to manage in the classroom. So manage themselves in the classroom. So it is very important that the value education should be there in order to teach discipline to the students. Through value education, they learn how to work with their instructors and other students. That is important. They should be help them to develop maturity necessary for handling any circumstances in the class. So it is very important that it should be there in the curriculum. Now, pupils grow more focused as the session progresses. The kids become more focused as it encourages pupils to take own decisions without hesitating or second guess. The pupils become more learned about their taking decisions, and more focused on their studies and on their homeworks, their discipline, etc. Encourage pupils to take their own decisions without hesitating, and yes, cultivating a positive mindset and optimistic outlook. Now, value education helps to develop a positivity in the student's mind. He develops, नहीं ऐसा है तो मेरे marks कम आए हैं, लेकिन but I can do in the next test. In the next test, I will come up with this. Okay, I'll overcome this problem of mine. If a teacher is very helpful, if a teacher is very friendly with the student, he can accommodate, he can give him remedial classes, or he can make them understand, or he won't let them to lose their confidence. No. Next, student-teacher relationships are strengthened. Teacher relationship is strengthened as the teachers become more closer to the students. They become more friendly. They become more as a guide and as a facilitator. They become more involved in the students. It depends. It depends again on the values of the teacher. What values does the teacher have? If she is coming just for the sake of earning money, or just for the salary, then she won't be able to do all these things. Okay, so it is very necessary that the teacher should have the values as well as students should have. Okay. Next, what are the aims of value education? If we move on to that, what are the aims? Now, value education aims to instill values, moral values, ethical and social values, individuals, fostering well-rounded personal development. For all-round development of the child, it is the aim of value education is to instill values in the students. Okay? It equips students with the skills needed to become a responsible, empathetic, and socially aware adults who can make positive difference in their communities and the world at large. So it is very important that the students should develop the skills that make them responsible. They should learn their responsibility. What is the responsibility of them as a student, as a ward, as a citizen, and as a member of the society. Next, by highlighting the importance of honesty, integrity, and accountability, it encourages individuals to make decisions that positively impact both themselves and others. Okay? So, teachers should highlight the importance of honesty, integrity, accountability, time to time, not once, but time to time. She should be focusing on these values, so that gives encouragement to the individuals to make decisions, positive decisions they can take. Okay, next, move on to that. It aims to cultivate virtues. Okay, like honesty, empathy, respect, integrity, and responsibility, which helps in build ethical choices and develop a clear sense of right and wrong. So, virtues when developed, it gives the students a kind of correct thinking. What is correct? What is bad? What is right? What is wrong? Okay, so it is very important. Now, building respect. The goal of value education is to encourage respect for oneself and for other people also. Respect is a crucial characteristic, as we can see. Value education may lessen conflict and encourage peace, cooperation, by fostering respect. When we respect others, others will respect. And it is a give and take process. We give respect, then only we can have respect. Okay? So it's very important. Encouraging harmony and peace. Value education can help create a more peaceful and harmonious community and encouraging empathy, respect, and understanding. So it is very important that we should know, we should have values, and we should develop harmony and peace in our students, this value, so that they live with harmony and peace. Then only a successful country will be developed. Now, developing self-awareness. Value education highlights the importance of self-awareness, that is understanding one's own thoughts, feelings, and strengths. If a child knows his strengths, his weaknesses, then only he will be successful. Okay, he will be understanding himself deep. Okay, and he can grow personally more, more positively. And we can make correct decisions, and relationships are enhanced. Okay. Next is fostering a sense of respect. Key aspect of value education is respect, which motivates individuals to treat others within the environment and themselves with kindness and compassion. Not only people, we have to have respect for the people, but for a small plant, if it is there, a plant is there, we should have give respect to that plant also. Okay, because it is giving us something, or because it is there in our vicinity or in our society. So we should give respect to animals that are there in our society. We should give respect to animals, to plants, all individuals there. Okay, so it is very important that we have to foster this sense of respect among the students. Okay. That's why value education is important. Now, heartening ethical behavior by focusing respect. Value education promotes next. Cultivating strong moral compass is crucial for value education, highlighting importance of honesty, integrity, and accountability. It encourages individuals to take decisions and that have positive impact upon them. So, ethical behavior. If you have an ethical behavior towards others, then only others will behave nicely with you. So it is very important. You should know what is positive behavior, what is negative behavior, what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. Now, promoting social responsibility. It is students who receive value education are inspired to encourage in addressing community challenges. It cultivates a sense of responsibility towards common good. Value education strongly encourages volunteering, community services, and tackling issues such as poverty, inequality, discrimination. So it is the responsibility not only of the government, but of each individual who is living in the society, who is a member of that society. That is his responsibility, that he has to handle out, or he has to find out the ways to sort out these challenges that are available in the society, like inequality, poverty, gender biases, everything. Next is development of critical thinking skills. That is a key objective of value education, when we encourage students to question the things, to assume the things, to analyze the information at hand and make well-informed choices. So it is very important that students should be made critically enabled that navigating difficult situations and discovering effective solutions for the problems. So that we can do only when we develop the critical thinking skills. Next is traditional education versus value education. You can find the difference between the two. Traditional education prioritizes intellectual, technical, and academic development only, while value education or value-based education focuses more on moral, ethical, and societal growth. As you can see here, focus on objectives. The primary focus was imparting subject-specific knowledge and skills in areas, whereas value education focuses on instill moral and ethical principles. Its primary objective is academic excellence and preparing students for a great career. But here, here we are making we are developing the citizens who are capable of addressing the real world situations or challenges. So they are compassionate with the society, compassionate with the challenges or social issues. So this is our focus between two. Now, evaluation of success, we see that academic performance, such as grades, tests, we test evaluate on the basis of this in traditional education. Whereas in value education, we judge the character development, ethical behaviors, and practical application of learning. Now, scope of learning, it concentrates on intellectual development and subject mastery. Whereas here we go for the holistic approach, integrating moral teachings and with academic learning also. So here both the things go together. But here our focus is on only the mastery of learning and okay. Next is application of knowledge, that theoretical knowledge and skills are focused here. And here we go for the application of values in everyday life. Like teamwork, empathy, problem solving, many more. So our focus is varied in application. Now, impact on society to professional growth and economic development. Here we go for ethical leaders, we prepare good citizens, societal harmony, we develop inclusivity and cultural diversity. So both have different impacts on the individuals. Now, integration in the curriculum structured around standardized curriculum, but here we have to modify our curriculum, often included as cross-curricular teaching or standard subjects. We have to prepare the good citizens here. So our focus is different here. Awareness, ethical awareness we have to develop. We have to develop global citizenship, human rights. So it should be across the curriculum or into the curriculum. So we can add as a separate curriculum, separate syllabus in the curriculum, or we can take it across all the papers. We can include value education. Okay, so it can be taken as two parts. Now, NCERT also highlighted the importance of values, and it is honesty, like honesty, respect, compassion, tolerance, accountability, and education. To justice and the rule of law. So NCERT has focused on this, and additionally, NCERT advocates the values pertaining to environmental preservation. The most focus was on the environmental preservance and democracy and national identity. National curriculum framework has also emphasized courage, self-discipline, compassion, comparativeness, and friendliness, and love for as the social value. So it's running short time. So we will be taking other most important values are empathy. Empathy and empathy. What does it say? As your one of the participants has said that when we put our feet in other person's feet or other shoes, then it is called empathy. That PSK, when we are helping others, or we are helping others in the sense that we are enabling them to make them compatible with the world, with the challenges of it. Understanding and sharing the feeling of others, fostering compassion and social responsibility. is empathy. So we have to develop this value in our students, that they should learn how to be compassionate with others, how to be responsible for the society, how to feel sharing their things with others. So this empathy should be developed. Equality promotes principles that the individual deserves equal rights and opportunities together, regardless of their background, gender, ethnicity. It fosters inclusivity and reduces discrimination and strengthens the community. So when equality comes in context, then we talk of all these things together that brings equality in gender-wise, ethnicity-wise, culture-wise, or no discrimination is there. So background-wise, we can say. Next is integrity. Integrity means when we integrate honesty, fairness, awareness, and moral principles. It encourages individuals to make ethical decisions, responsibility, and act responsibly, and build trust in personal and professional settings. So very important that is, integrity should be there. We should be fair in our decisions. We should be moral in our principles. And next is character building, when they provide a framework for making ethical decisions, behaving with responsibility. Student-teachers relationship should be there. And about, they should talk about compassion, honesty, and development of well-rounded and principled individual. They should be there. It should be there. The next is democratic values, promoting principles of fairness, equality, and participation in the democratic society. So it is very important that we should have the development of democratic values in the students. So they should learn to be fair and equal. And next is character building or cultural values. Cultural values goes for diverse heritage and individuals and communities we have. So we should teach students, and we should let the students to appreciate the diversity of culture, diversity of languages, diversity of food, diversity of clothing. So all these heritages and individuals should be recognized and appreciated. Okay. Next is moral values. Moral values develop the strong sense of right and wrong, ethical reasoning, and moral responsibility for the students. So it is very important to be developed. Environmental stewardship, that means promoting care for the environment and sustainable practices. इसीलिए ट्री प्लांटेशन को जोर दिया गया है, ट्री प्लांटेशन कराया जाता है. क्यों हम करते हैं ट्री प्लांटेशन? ताकि बच्चों को मोहब्बत पड़े, बच्चों को जो अफेक्शन है पेड़ों के लिए, अपने एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, वो डेवलप है ना. Next is leadership values, developing the ability to inspire, guide, and motivate others, so that leadership qualities will be developed in the student. Life skills, developing the ability to inspire, guide, and motivate others, in equipping the students with practical skills they need to navigate real life situations. Life skills, आजकल तो बहुत जोर दिया जा रहा है life skills पे. So every school should have that life skills implemented in the school. Next is respect. Respect not only for himself but for others also. Dignity, valuing diversity, and showcasing open-mindedness and different perspectives, cultures, and for different cultures and beliefs. Respect also extends to the environment, promoting sustainable living. Every child should know his environment, and he should respect that environment. He should respect other people who are living with him in the society. Next is honesty, being truthful and sincere in words and actions, promoting integrity. Honesty is the best policy, as you know. It is being truthful. कुछ नहीं जाता है ना, थोड़ा सा वो होता है लेकिन फिर ठीक हो जाता है. So that is very important. Reliability, being accountable for one's actions and obligations, demonstrating reliability means you should pay if you have done wrong, that you should accept that you have done. So that is reliability. That means your actions should be and obligations should be. You should oblige how many people मुझसे गलत हो गया है, so you should take the responsibility. Integrity, adhering to more principles and ethical standards, maintaining consistency in behavior. So very important that you should maintain your standards, you should maintain your consistency in your behavior. ये नहीं है कि अभी ऐसा है, अभी कैसा है, अभी इतना वो खराब था, अभी बहुत अच्छा हो गया, ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. अच्छा है तो अच्छा ही है, खराब है तो खराब है. Holistic development, recognizing the importance and nurturing all aspects of the student's growth, including intellectual, social, emotional, and physical well-being. So it is very important that we should inculcate all these values. Critical thinking, as we have discussed, objectively evaluating evidence and situations, and form reasoning. Don't take everything as it is. You should be judgmental. You should be critical in thinking, problem-solving skills, independent thought. It all should be developed. Social responsibility, students should be trained to take the responsibility for the society, and addressing issues like inequality, environmental conservation, social justice. All these issues should be taken by the students, and we should conduct, we will discuss the techniques of inculcating values, where they will discuss. Lifelong learning represents then the enduring commitment to acquiring knowledge and self-betterment. It nurtures the curiosity, adaptability, and proactive approach to personal professional growth. For example, digital literacy is paramount in today's corporate world. So it is very important that all students should know the computer knowledge. They should know the digital learning apps and all sorts of things. Conflict resolution, moral values teach students the importance of resolution, resolving disputes, and through dialogues, understanding, and compromising. Conflict resolution skills contribute to the development of collaboration and cooperative communities. So if we want to develop our society to be more collaborative and cooperative, we should teach them conflict resolution. How do we end the conflicts? How do we accommodate with others in connection with others, so that all things go better. Compassion is being fair, understanding other person's sufferings and feelings, a great desire to eliminate it. For instance, helping someone with an assignment work, reading, helping hand with household work. And so we can teach students small things right from the classroom itself. है ना, किसी कोई बच्चे की मदद करना है, आप उनकी हेल्प कर दो. You can ask the student to help his peer, so that from there they learn the feeling of compassion. Okay, fairness is important for justice, equality, and impartial treatment for everyday individual. So it creates trust in various institutions. Fairness provides a level of playing field to all sorts of groups where everybody has an equal sort of thriving for offering. You have to be very fair in any decision you are taking. So हम ऐसे कोई games conduct कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे बच्चों का देखा जाए कि कितने fair हैं, कितने unfair हैं. Perseverance, यानी कि giving despite a failure or setback, you have to never give up. Okay? Students with perseverance can turn to roadblock into an opportunity, be resilient, develop a growth mindset, and foster problem-solving skills and adaptiveness to achieve the goal. If a child gets lesser marks in his exam, so ask him not to become disheartened. He should maintain perseverance by trying hard for another attempt for next exam. Okay. Courage is important because unless you fight your fears, you won't be successful. Okay, so we have to teach students to be more courageous, more fight regardless of consequences. Whatever the consequences are, you should not be discouraged. Okay, they should be courageous in any circumstances. Okay, living up with their principles, and they should not be lying in any circumstance. They should be courageous to face the circumstances. Now, kindness builds social bonds based on trust and mutual respect. People begin with providing a supportive environment where others feel valued and understood. This kind of interaction solicits open dialogue and collaboration. taking the pressure of all of levels and stress conflict while bolstering emotional well-being and morale. So kindness is very important. है ना? Kindness अभी आप किसी छोटे डॉग को भी आप कहोगे काइंडनेस के लिए तो वो अपनी टेल हिलाने लगेगा, है ना, फौरन आपके पास आ जाएगा. So it is very important. Humility is ability to appreciate and accept one's limitations and imperfections. आप हमारे सबके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ कमियां होती हैं, weaknesses होती हैं. We should accept that. No, we should not be boasting ourselves. We should not be over confident कि हाँ हमारे अंदर. We should be confident कि नहीं जो है हम ऐसे ही हैं, and we should be self-improved. We improve with that, and we should have that feeling of improvement. Okay? Now, gratitude means an individual feels more valued regarding their efforts to positive feeling on appreciation for that what they do, which gives them the energy to keep working with others. Now, gratitude creates an attachment to others in a manner that convinces them how much they mean to us and what they can offer. Right? So one should be full of gratitude for others and for the environment. That environment has given us so many things. Society has given us so many things. The gratitude, the feeling of gratitude is very important in appreciating others. Okay? Now, ethical decision making. Here, the principal are more likely to make choices that align with the ethical standards. The crucial is both personal and professional context. Expose more moral values, encourages critical thinking about the consequences and one's actions of oneself and others. We help the students to make ethical decisions, okay? So that they won't be in a dilemma के क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. We should give them situations and ask them to take decisions. Okay? Building positive relationships, that's very important. We have to develop relationship with peers, with teachers, with field staff, with non-teaching staff. We should act with non-teaching staff also in a better way. So this is all sort of building good relations. Now, personal fulfillment and well-being, understanding living by values contributing to a sense of personal fulfillment. That is how such as gratitude, mindfulness, and purpose are more likely to lead meaningful and satisfying. Unless and until you are personally fulfilled or personally satisfied with your actions, with your work, you won't be able to succeed. Okay, so it is very important. Resilience, value contributes to development of resilience and perseverance. Students who understand the importance of values like patience and resilience are better equipped with face changing and setbacks with a positive mindset. So you can ask the students to, if they have the setbacks, they will overcome in next exams. Leadership skills we have discussed. Cultural awareness we have discussed. Cultural awareness we take, we can say appreciate richness and diversity in cultures, in languages, in food, in your attires. So everything you can understand. Let the students be familiar with the different cultures. Languages with different languages, what they use. Okay? So next is the NCERT handbook. It has been NCERT approaches to value education. There are so many approaches that NCERT focuses that in integrating values into the curriculum and pedagogy across all stages of education. So NCERT is focusing right from the beginning. They encourage teachers to use both direct and indirect methods to teach values. It also emphasizes the importance of creating learning environment that fosters the development of positive values. Okay? The framework suggests that schools should identify the priority values and plan actions accordingly. So it is very important that the schools should be focusing on the value education. Next, we will take out the strategies. What are the strategies that we through which we can inculcate the values? That is the main topic of our discussion. Now, first is the lead by examples. So what is that? Lead by examples means the teachers and the parents should model the values they want to instill in the students or in their wards by demonstrating honesty, respect, responsibility in their own actions and interactions. So how we can develop values? By lead by examples. That is lead by examples. Means we have to show by giving them the examples, and by showing them how we can be honest, how can we be brave, how can we be courageous, how can we be resilient. So all these qualities we have to show in ourselves first. Then only students will learn. They should consistently demonstrate the values of honesty, respect, kindness in their interactions with students and colleagues. Okay. Next is value sorts and ranking. You can have certain activities in the classroom that you can give a bunch of values to them, slips of a bunch of slips to the having the values on it, and you can ask the students to sort them out. Okay, which value do you put in a higher order, and then which value, then which value. So provides a list of values and have students to sort, rank, or discuss their personal preferences. Which value do they prefer most? So each child will sort out this, and they will give you the result that I prefer this, I prefer this. So there you can have a list of higher order values, then second order values, and third order values. You can arrange that. Okay. Next is role modeling. When you help your students to understand how different values play out in real life situations. So, for example, what is the role of your father? How he is going to help you out? How your mother helps you out? Or what are the display of parents and teachers and authorities figures? Role models encourage students to internalize their values in their own lives. So role model is very important. Through role model, we can highlight the different roles in the society, different roles in the family. We can come up with help the students to understand those roles and their responsibilities. Okay. Next is role-playing activities. So you can give them a situation, you can prepare a dialogue or enact a scene for them. All students can play a character or decide a character on their own, and you can give them certain these. You can see the slides.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can give them these handouts. And
Yes,
yes. Okay, thank you. So you can give them these activities like related to advice, to help, related to friends, or you can ask them to process of acting out, help in better understanding and reinforcing the importance and values. When they act that particular character, they learn the qualities of that character. For example, if they act as a doctor, so what are the responsibilities of a doctor? How responsible a doctor should be. So all these values are learned through them by role play activities. Okay, so you can ask your students to role play, engage in role play, and for example, listening, observing, setting the stage, acting, discussing about different values, and evaluating. So all these things can be developed in that. And you can project the ideas for values, value analysis on the same platform. Okay. Next is sharing the personal experience. Teachers can share anecdotes about time they have demonstrated certain values or faced challenges related to values. You can ask students also to share their experiences if they have shared any value in their lifetime, in their home, at home, or in a party, or in something else. So you can share their experiences. Okay. Next is inquiry-based learning. Inquiry-based learning, like use these strategies to engage students in exploring values through investigation, critical thinking, teach specific concepts with meaning and relevance as an encouraging approach for students to encourage in the learning process and feed their own curiosity about values. So construct new knowledge. You can discuss and reflect values. You can ask them to create their own values or create their situations regarding values. So many things you can do in the classroom regarding this query-based. You can ask the students to find out the story based on courage or honesty. You can give one value to each group and ask them to develop a story on that. Okay? Here we have storytelling and retelling. Stories are very effective ways to teach values. Okay? People can gain insight from experiencing of others and comprehend the significance of values in practical situations. So reading stories that depict moral bent or moral actions and characters, practical situations by reading stories and trade. Students may be asked to retell the same story by making the changes of their own. So you can ask them to read a story and retell the story in their own words, and changing the characters or changing the theme or changing the problem, whatever it is. Okay, so many ideas can be generated through storytelling and retelling the stories. Next is reflection and discussion. Students develop greater empathy and understanding when they are encouraged to think back on their experiences and participate in conversation. So we can conduct debate and we can conduct discussions, and later on we can have discussions, reflections on our discussion. Encourage open communication and discussions about moral dilemmas. Listen to students' perspective and provide constructive feedback and guidance to them. Sharing ideas and emotions in a group context reinforces the significance of values while encouraging social awareness and critical thinking. So it is very important that we should have the students with on reflections. They discuss and then they reflect what they learned about. Okay. Next is open-minded questions, open-ended questions, and encourage students to think critically about values by asking open-ended questions about ethical dilemmas and hypothetical situations. So give them certain situation and ask them to, how do you respond in this situation? If you were there in this character, how will you be behaving? Okay, what will be your reaction? So you can give them open-ended questions so that they can detailed answers they can write, thoughtful answers they can write, and encourage them for creative thinking. Okay, so real world connections link classroom learning to real life situations and show how values are relevant to students' lives and future careers. So it is important. Yes. Next is choosing relevant content. Yeah, means we have to select the content very carefully to promote positive values. Literature should be, or stories that we are selecting, articles we are selecting, or whatever content we are preparing for teaching, that should be value-based, or that ethical decision making should be there. Okay. Next is encouraging community involvement, organize opportunities for students to participate in community so that they come closer to the community and they volunteer work. Okay. This helps them to develop a sense of social responsibility and understand the importance of giving give and take and giving back to the community, something that they can. Connect students with local organizations that align with their volunteers and interests. So it is very important that such kinds of things should be done in the community, which students feel part of that community, that they belong to this community. They have to be taken to their community. Okay? Next is culturally responsive pedagogy. Create a classroom environment that respect and honor students' diverse background and experiences. Since students from different cultures, they come to the classroom, so we have to handle out all these students. So it should be, a pedagogy should be cultural responsive. That means that it handles all the cultures together. So our increased engagement, each child should be engaged, and they should be given a chance to tell their raise their voices, engage in thinking, active participation, multicultural perspectives. You can ask them to use their own language. They can respond in Bangla, or in as we have one boy from Bengal, West Bengal. So we asked him to recite a song from Bengal. So it is very nice. Culturally responsive pedagogy is very helpful in developing respect for other cultures. Okay. Is experiential learning. Experiential learning is in innovative pedagogies. Applications should be there. Students can use principles like empathy, accountability, and teamwork in real-world situations through practical activities like volunteer works and group projects. We can give them through experimental learning to become concrete and important, bridging the gap between theory and practice. So it is very important that we should experiential learning should be there. We can ask students to share their experiences and their group work, whatever they have done in the activity. So we should give them certain projects or some responsibilities so that they can respond. Visual aids and reinforcement, that means the posters, infographics, or visual reminders that highlights fundamental principles like empathy, honesty, and respect can reinforce positive actions. Regular reinforcements of these values serve to guide students towards positive habits and behaviors. बच्चों को कहेंगे कि कार्ड्स बनाइए, ग्रीटिंग कार्ड्स बनाइए जिसमें वैल्यूज शो हो रही हों, है ना, ऑनेस्टी के कार्ड्स बनाइए या बैनर्स बनाइए या पोस्टर्स बनाइए, so that they will be encouraged for that, है ना, और उनको फिर उसमें प्राइज भी दिए जाएंगे, उनको फिर उसके लिए वो भी दिया जाएगा, जिनका अच्छा होगा, जिनके अच्छे से वैल्यूज शो हो रहे होंगे उनको हम फिर वो दे देंगे, है ना. तो इस तरह से हम उनको एनकरेज कर सकते हैं. Integration across the curriculum, that means students can better understand the importance of value education in all facets of life when value based courses are included in the subject areas like science, math, and literature. When we integrate all these values in the subjects itself, then we can make it more integrated and more understood by the students. The students can assignments can be given and activities can be devised to emphasize moral and ethical aspects to the students. So integrating values into the curriculum. So we can integrate value education as a separate subject in the curriculum, and we can teach that. That will use stories, historical examples, and group discussions, explore ethical dilemmas and decision making, encouraging students to reflect on the value demonstrated in literature, history, and current events. So we can do a lot of things in the classroom for inculcating values. Okay. Next is universality of the values. For this, we can highlight lessons based on universal ideals like social justice, respect for human dignity, environmental awareness, and fosters empathy, understanding and harmony amongst many communities and nations. So it is very important that we have to universalize the values in the classroom, in our activities, in our day-to-day life, daily activities. Okay. Next is shared values. Shared values collaboratively develop a list of classroom values with students fostering sense of ownership and commitment. When we structure our teamwork and responsibilities are being shared by the students, and they know that they have a collective goal, and they come to collaborate and cooperate with each other in the groups. They love to have the shared values. Okay, so we should give them the chance. More and more opportunities should be given to the students to work in groups, so that they learn the shared values. Okay. Next is critical thinking and reasonableness. Now, justice and logical thinking are promoted when students are encouraged to critically examine moral predicaments and societal issues. This approach places a strong emphasis on tolerance and sensitivity of open-mindedness. So students should be given problem-solving activities or project-based activities or certain critical thinking activities, so that their critical thinking and reasonableness will be developed. Okay, so it is very important. Journaling is another point where we ask the students to write about their experiences. This is a worksheet, as you can see on the screen. Reflect on your day. How was your day today? what did you do in your today's, what good you have done, what bad you have done, है ना? So we can ask the students to reflect on their own values and how they are living up to them through journaling. We can ask them to note down every day what good things they do. Make a list and find out how many things they did today, how many things they have not done today, what they are supposed to do next day. So journaling is very helpful. Now, flexibility and adaptability. Individuals who receive resilience and adaptation training are more capable of overcoming challenges while maintaining their moral values. In times of turbulence, and the students being activities, being fit form activities that encourage introspection, collaboration, and creativity. So it is very important that we have to give them chance to embracing the change, whatever activity they are being given. They should be flexible in that and adaptable in that situation. If they are belongs to this group and they have to be sent to another group, how they will collaborate there, how they will be adjusting them in that group. So we have to make them promote students and encourage them to critically examine their morals and societal issues. Okay, so it should be flexibility and adaptability. They should learn, and with all these things, we have to recognizing the rewarding positive behavior, acknowledging and appreciating students when they demonstrate positive values. We have to give them certain like these badges you can see here. How to appreciate them. We can give them badges, good conduct badges, and demonstrate positive values. Positive reinforcement can motivate them to continue making ethical choices. Offer rewards and recognition to act of kindness, honesty, and responsibility. We can give them certain responsibility and ask them to handle them with care. And if they do it, we have to reinforce them by giving them prizes or giving them awards or something like that. Okay. Now, self-assessment. Self-assessment is very important. Encourage students to assess their own behavior and identify areas where they can improve their demonstration of values. So we can ask the students themselves to assess, make an assessment about their skills, their needs, their interests, their motivations, and their responsibilities and spirituality. How spiritual they are, how responsible they are, how motivated they are. Okay, so all these things we can ask them to self-assess themselves and whatever changes they want to make, and after assessment, they have to go for the changes. So, natural acceptability, that is putting a strong emphasis on values that children can relate to, enhances authenticity and emotional connections. They can have emotional connections with others. If values are deeply and generalized, people are more inclined to apply the consistently in their daily life. So let them accept it naturally. We have to create certain situations where the students learn about values and they inculcate those values naturally, like comfortable life, sense of accountability, accomplishment, family security. All these values they should inculcate in themselves naturally, because in the family setting or in the school setting or in the community setting. So we should enable the student, we should make the student ready for acceptability. Okay? So making a consistent effort, that is everyone should make an effort. The family, peer group, school, religion, whosoever get a chance.
Pardon us, ma'am. Our next session will start soon, ma'am.
Okay,
Please share the PPT in the group.
I'll just finish it up in time. Making it a consistent effort means everybody has to make an effort to inculcate values. Not only it is the responsibility of a teacher, but it is the responsibility of a religion, of the family, of the peers, of the cinema, media, leaders. Each and every one has to share the responsibility for it. Okay. Discuss real life scenarios, whatever good things have happened in the past or in present. One should ask questions about that and ask students to have the experience, real life experience of that. Okay. Next is social service. We have to indulge in students. We have to take to the society and help, ask them to do the social service. And it will inculcate many value tolerance, and we can screen the films also, showing the good values in the films. Okay, organizing camps, celebrating festivals, celebrating national days, or we can give the riddles also. Okay, be patient and supportive. That means guide children to love and understand each other. Teachers should be more supportive to the students. Contribution of cultural programs in schools. Through cultural programs, we can inculcate values in the students by playing many characters, different characters of different. Introducing literature and media. That is through media and through making connections on social media, we can develop values in the students. Okay. So I end up here only. If you have any question, you can ask, please. I'll stop it here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Are you great appreciation?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay. Shall I? Do you have any questions? If you have, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I?
Thank
leave
you,
now?
ma'am.
Next session, my.
If possible, please share the PPTs on our group.
I'll share it. I'll share it. Okay. 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 Thank you. Shall I leave now? As your second next resource person?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.